When archaeologists carefully dug up a sand dune along California's beautiful coast, they found an amazing artifact. The 300-pound artifact seems to be from halfway around the world. The dig occurred at the Guadalupe-Nipomo Dunes, the most extended system of faultless coastal dunes. Since at least the 1980s, archaeologists have been interested in the sandy expanse because they heard a secret bounty was hidden beneath its mounds. Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. In this video, we will talk about discovering an astonishing artifact. After many years of planning and digging, archaeologists have found an amazing prize, a relic that seems to be a few thousand miles and years away from where it came from. Stay with us to know the whole story. The Guadalupe-Nipomo Dunes have been very fruitful in recent years, with archaeologists finding a lot of minor artifacts there. However, most people would agree that the dune's most stunning treasure, discovered in 2017, tops them all. Perhaps even more interesting than the relic is how it got there. In the 18th century, Spanish explorers came, and Spanish commander Don Gaspar de Portola and his expedition crews spent the night on the dunes. 200 years later, the Guadalupe-Nipomo Dunes became home to a different group of people. Between the 1920s and 1940s, creative types, intellectuals, and even naturists flocked to the sandy stretch. They said the natural area gave off creative energy, leading them to start a magazine. It took the company until 1994 to admit that there had been a spill and start cleaning it up. Surprisingly, these cleanup efforts are still going on. In 2015, it was estimated that the cleanup could take another 10 years. As time has passed, more people have realized that the Guadalupe-Nipomo Dunes are worth protecting. The first modern measure was to safeguard and started cleaning it up. Surprisingly, these cleanup efforts are still going on. In 2015, it was estimated that the cleanup could take another 10 years. The first modern measures to protect the 18-mile sandy stretch was implemented in the 1970s. The Guadalupe-Nipomo's Muscle Rock Dune is almost 500 feet tall, and its sandy summit is the highest of all the other dunes. Muscle Rock and its neighboring dunes are treasures in their own right, but they hide some natural wonders. In fact, in the 75-acre Flaco Lake area alone, more than 200 species of birds establish their homes. Furthermore, it's not just winged animals that flock to the Guadalupe-Nipomo Dunes. The sandy mounds also draw the calico fox. Along this section of the California coast, a unique ecosystem was created due to the region's distinctive geography, which includes a natural reservoir, the ocean's edge, and expansive dunes. Still, after decades of being entombed beneath the sand, they lost their rigidity and took on the consistency of blue, squishy goo. These subtle shifts occur over many years and have the potential to gradually but surely uncover fragments of the very antiquities that archaeologists have spotted with their radars. Yet these shards are only a fair representation of the concealed treasures. In 2017, archaeologists demonstrated that when they were allowed to dig into the dunes, and even with radar imaging and the previous artifacts uncovered, those at the job site could barely believe what they found hidden beneath the sand in the Guadalupean. Doug Jensen couldn't believe the excellent state of the vast Sphinx's head, which he said in a statement was unlike anything found on previous digs. The majority of it is preserved by sand with the original. Even though the Sphinx was located in modern Egypt, the last place one would expect to unearth such a culturally significant relic of the past, archaeologists anticipated that they would uncover something with an Egyptian twist hidden between the layers of the Sphinx. It should be underlined that to bring the biblical countries of Egypt to life, Demioli need more than only sand to do so. To get them to life, Demioli need to use their imagination. A massive set has been built on the coast of the Pacific Ocean, and it features an incredible number of sphinxes and pharaoh sculptures. There are a total of 21 sphinxes and 4 giant pharaoh statues. The production of the 10 Commandments required the labor of more than 1,500 people, but once filming was complete, their efforts were in vain because large portions of the set were ultimately destroyed by being buried under the sand. This occurred after more than 1,000 500 people were required to construct the setting for the movie. This has given rise to a substantial amount of debate. Thus, he had it concealed beneath the sand. As was indicated before, powerful, harsh winds whipped through the Guadalupe and Pomo dunes, carrying with them corrosive saltwater. It is possible that nature was responsible for pushing the sphinxes, pharaohs, and many more supports beneath the high mounts. Whether caused by man or nature, the desolate set may have succumbed to the harsh environment and become buried beneath the rolling hills. After the disastrous oil drilling and ATV joy riding that has occurred in the past, the Guadalupe and Pomo dunes now have many safeguards in place to preserve them for future generations. This makes the task significantly more complicated than it would have been otherwise. When Santa Barbara County finally permitted Brosnan to carry out the dig, he had to wait several decades after initially requesting it. They found another one of the statue's heads, but it crumbled as they tried to remove it from the ground. When they tried to recover the rest of the statue's body, they found that, unfortunately, it had also deteriorated after nearly a century in the sand, and that is precisely why the 2017 discovery of such a well-preserved sphinx proved to be so exciting for the archaeologists at the Guadalupe and Pomo dunes. The crew found that despite removing the extra layer of protection, the sphinx was still in good shape, with many of its intricate details still visible. This was a pleasant surprise for them. The fact that the 10 Commandments were written in black and white makes it all the more remarkable that the orange monument is covered in colorful paints, as Jensen pointed out when he made it a point to note those colors expressly. The 10 Commandments were written on tablets that were black and white. It is possible that it should not be surprising that Jensen and the rest of the Guadalupe and Pomo dunes crew had ambitious intentions for the relic once it was securely brought to the surface. This is because Jensen has faith in the significance of the relic, so it is possible that it should not come as a surprise. After restoring the plaster figure to its previous state of elegance, they displayed it in the Dune Center Museum in the heart of downtown Guadalupe, found in the U.S. state of California. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share and press the bell icon for more regular updates.